the interesting case of Marvel's first rotten in the MCU. Now, mind you, most people will say, and those people I'm talking about, it's like, wow, the MCU's never been good. They've all been rotten. Yeah, yes, we get it. Contrarian, movies. Ultimately, though, the first rotten for the MCU means absolutely nothing other than they got a rotten, right?
Yeah.
um,
it still crossed 400 million.
Crossed 400 million. Also, it didn't slow down Spider-Man. It didn't slow down Hawkeye. It's not slowing down anticipation for anything. And here's what really gets me. People are like, see, the MCU's going downhill because after you get one rotten, you're never recovering. Then why are you all still championing Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and Justice League and Wonder Woman 84 and all? That franchise has had more rottens than not. Like, I don't... You get
I don't think it has, actually.
I thought that's how it was. Or no, the Snyder Cut actually was fresh. The Snyder Cut was fresh, yeah.
I think as a whole, it's very close to 50-50.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's actually had more runs, which I find surprising, to be perfectly honest. In my bank of memory, which is rocky at the best of times, in fairness, like the rottens have been far more. It might be because they talked about a rotten movie for 6,000 years. I don't know, and my brain just got confused with the length of time and the events. But I think so. I remember Nick being like, "No, it's had fresh more often than not." It's just like, okay, Nick, by like one.
So here we go: Man of Steel, rotten; Suicide Squad, rotten; BVS, rotten; Justice League, rotten; Wonder Woman, fresh; Aquaman, fresh; Shazam, fresh; 84, rotten; Birds of Prey, fresh; Snyder Cut, fresh; and the Suicide Squad. Okay, so yeah, they're literally 50-50 now with the Suicide Squad and Snyder Cut bringing it into balance.
Yeah.
It was an interesting year.
Yeah. I mean, I love the Suicide Squad, man.
Yeah, same.
Fantastic.
That and Birds of Prey, which brings me to point out the MCU problem. Put that in quotation marks. I mean, certainly it doesn't seem to have slowed them down at all because they're still talking about everything the film made money. It's coming to Disney Plus real soon, so more people are going to get their eyes on it. It's really smart of them to do that.
It's what, only, I think it's like 32 million behind Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I think. It's not, drastically different anyway.
Yeah,
and 400 million is that usual guaranteed sequel territory, so once it's out on Disney Plus, I expect, to be honest, a sequel announcement. I don't care what they've said in the past. Like, it doesn't necessarily need one. It's like, yeah, but you're gonna do one.
Yeah,
Let's be honest here.
Yeah, because you set up so much. This thing needs a sequel.
Yeah.
Or
you don't end that movie like that.
Yeah.
Without doing a sequel. Like, don't pull me cubes here. Like, that's just dumb.
Which again, I appreciate that at least they're like, being honest about kind of like the reception. Even Feige was like, yeah, look, it's not a film for everybody, which again, that's always the case for everybody. It's not a film for everybody. Not everything has to be for everybody. Not every MCU film has to be for everybody. That's fact. So I don't think this slows them down at all. And if you really want to get technical into it, people thought back in the day, and everybody thought so because we all kind of were told that. I mean, Iron Fist was the first rotten technically, right? Like that thing just bombed out the gate. Yeah. So that didn't slow down any of it. Hell, that followed up with a second season. And they were going to do a third, but they got the axe. So,
and you had Inhumans as well.
The what now?
The people that are rumored to come back in Multiverse of Madness.
Never heard of them. Good thing they're going to get soft, proper introduction.
I should have said the Genies because they've got the show coming out next year.
Yeah. Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see what happens next. I mean, one thing I will say that is the most shocking thing, nobody thought going into 2021 would be like, you know what, the MCU probably has something that'll be rotten. That's kind of what the conversation really revolved around in regards to Eternal. It's like, never saw this coming. And I seen a lot of people be like, well, of course it's rotten. It's character nobody cares about. Bro,
Welcome
nobody
to
cares.
Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange. Literally the entire thing.
The MCU couldn't sustain Avengers comic sales. Like, the Marvel was struggling to sell Avengers to the mainstream. Like, come on. Like,
in fairness, but at that time they had Hickman on there. And Hickman's not exactly a mainstream.
Yeah.
No.
Hickman's like,
here's my infographic charts. Like, you can really see the kids rushing to get that.
I like Hickman's approach. He's like, look, they gave me Avengers. I'm putting out 24 issues.
The next 7 years of your life.
Yeah, 24 issues this year. You're going to get what the basic plot is by issue 48. Enjoy. Oh, thanks, Hickman. What are they going to be doing in issue 1 through 5? Sitting around talking politics? Oh, okay. Oh, love it.
God bless that man. God bless him.
Good stuff. He's a good writer. So yeah, look, MCU got its first rotten. Does anybody care? No, because it's already been
the only difference that made was there's no memes for Eternals.
Yup. Yeah.
Like outside like the whole rotten, like the rating ones, like there's no memes from the movie that you get with every Marvel movie.
I can't believe that's another parallel to DCEU. The memes die off like the day of release because there's nothing. Oh, that is strange. Because you still get like Wanda memes, and it's like the end of the year.
You still get Infinity War Thanos memes.
It's true. Wow.
I understood that reference. It's lasted 10 years.
Wow. Oh. Yup. Damn.
You can always like the memes are a factor, and people don't want to believe it, but they are.
Oh, 100%. I mean, see, I knew
even then, like, Eternals is going, yeah, I'm making 400 million a pandemic without the memes. Watch me, like,
See,
that's their power. People do care.
I knew what was up with memes where during Christmas we were, with my parents and stuff, where we're eating, and my mom has never seen an MCU film. She's never seen a Marvel film, I don't think. Like, she might have seen, like, Spider-Man 2 over my shoulder once, like, way back when. And during the conversation, we were talking about stuff, and, comic book movies got brought up, and my dad was asking about the new Spider-Man film, and my mom referenced the Pizza Time meme.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, how? Like, literally the table just stopped. She was like, oh, I saw it on Facebook. I was like, but you... Never mind. Like, we just kind of, I was like, this is too much right now for me to take in. You understood a meme, first and foremost.
Wow.
What a great time. So, yeah, the meme culture. But yeah, look, if the MCU suffers another rotten hit, we'll talk more about it if it's going to affect anything. Will it? Probably not, though, because look at some franchises that keep on getting rottens and still are alive. Transformers being the prime example.
Is Transformers alive?
I mean, they're doing Beast Wars next, or a version of it, so that's going to bring in 90s kids.
I think people are over-exaggerating how much that's going to do. That's going to...
It's got the 90s nostalgia going, which right now is about to do what the 80s did with Stranger Things, so everybody's going to try to capitalize on 90s nostalgia, because, Mitch, I don't know if you know this, but people our age were growing up in the 90s. So we're old now. It's nostalgia.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about Transformers doesn't. To me, it feels a bit like Ghostbusters.
Oh, definitely. As a Transformers fan,
you have that core, but it's not a big one.
You have that call. I get it. Because it's called the Ghostbusters.
It's just like, I think the Transformers fan base vastly exaggerate or overestimate even their numbers.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Trust me. I talked to some hardcore bot heads or whatever the hell they call themselves now. And I was like, boy, you guys, you're a corner, all right. I mean, us TMNT fanatics, like, stomp all over them. So that's something. That's Ninja Turtles for you kids who don't know what
I was going to say, I legit forget that Ninja Turtles exist.
It's being kept alive by literally all the fan groups I'm in and everything that people are talking about collecting. It's all like 35 and up.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
When was their last movie? When did that one come out? That second Michael Bay one.
Yeah.
God, was it that long ago? But yeah.
They're working on that,
Nadia.
like multiple new ones, but hey, who knows? Who knows?
Are they?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Christ.
We'll see where they go. We'll see.
See,
where
this
they
is
go.
this is the real problem with millennials. Like all the other stuff people complain about, no, the real problem with millennials is trying to keep these damn things alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it doesn't resonate with kids anymore. Stop it. Like, let it be.
Which I'm sorry to tell everybody that's listening to this that's a fan of this, but I am too, and I'm getting all the NECA figures because I need to. But here's the truth: Gargoyles is irrelevant. I don't know who needed to hear that, but it's true. Kids have no affinity for it, and Disney has market tested it, and it will not sell to modern kids. It's sad, but it's sadly the truth. It hurts because I love Gargoyles, and it's one of my absolute favorite.
That's a great show. Fantastic. You still love that thing.
Dude, you get number one Captain Riker as the villain, talking like Shakespearean down to a bunch of. Come on, how good is that? And he's wearing like an Iron Man gremlin suit or whatever. Like,
I'm pretty certain he actually is just the Iron Man cartoon model.
100%. I always thought that.
It's just like, hang on a minute, I know that mullet anyway.
Well, no joke though, when I moved to the United States, both those cartoons were playing, and seeing Iron Man in that red suit on a Saturday morning, and then the following couple hours seeing that, I legit thought for the first couple weeks that they were the same thing. I was like, oh, so he becomes evil, okay? Like,
see, that's how you you breathe new life into Gargoyles. Make them Marvel characters.
That would be so good.
They would literally tank. I can guarantee it. But
yeah,
it's an attempt.
It's something, right? It's something.